I've got, quite frankly, a ridiculous story here from Piratewire.com. This is from a couple weeks ago. A teen Pokemon player disqualified after offending non-binary Pokemon judge. This whole thing came about. Makani Tran, young player from Utah, was disqualified from the Pokemon regional tournament in Charlotte last week. This was a couple weeks ago, so this has been 3 weeks ago, or maybe even a month ago by now. But anyway, he was asked his pronouns by the judge before the match, or one of the judges. And he said he, him, and then let out a little nervous laugh due to the nerves and being embarrassed. He's a teenager. It's a normal thing. I mean, I don't want to say all, but a lot of teenagers are, they feel awkward, they feel weird, embarrassed about stuff. It's no big deal. But anyway, the guy was like, the judge looked at me and said, "Oh, just wanted to check to be safe. I go by they, them, so don't be a jerk about it." And it's like, so right there, that tells you, anybody who goes by they, them, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, you're within your rights to do that. You can do whatever you want, as long as it makes you happy or whatever. But to try to force other people to go along with that, or in this case, to get them thrown out of the tournament, and it gets even worse, by the way, because there was a couple different, they involved a couple different people and stuff. But I guess due to his violating their inclusive policy, and due to him making someone feel unsafe and uncomfortable, I was disqualified from the event. You feeling unsafe because somebody didn't use your proper pronouns? You're a clown, to be quite honest. Regardless of how you feel about the pronouns and stuff, like, if okay, I'm they, them, or I'm she, her, he, him, whatever the hell, that's all fine and dandy. But you feel unsafe because somebody doesn't use your pronouns, man, get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. But anyway, after the exchange, the judges informed Tran he was no longer allowed inside the venue. Tran, a minor, told them he didn't have cell phone service, had no way to contact anyone, and didn't have the key to his hotel room. Regardless, a staff member escorted him out of the venue and cut off his wristbands. Now there is a little clarification, I guess, at a previous tournament in Baltimore. Tran said he felt embarrassed a bit that the commentators referred to him as they, them, because those aren't his pronouns. But he has zero issue with people's pronouns and how they choose to identify and express themselves. Yada yada yada. That whole kind of, well, I'm not a bigot or whatever. Which, I mean, he's not, to be honest. It's like laughing a little bit about being asked your pronouns. What person isn't gonna kind of chuckle a little bit? What kind of person in the real world? Now on like social media and stuff, you may be, oh, I'm all about it. But it's like if you're one of those pronoun people who try to get all like offended and upset about it, nah, get out, dude. The real world is going to eat you alive. The real world doesn't have your safe spaces or your cry closets or any other bullshit. And they talk about how they had a GoFundMe and all that kind of stuff. And they had people defending Makani Tran. But some people defended the judges. One of the voices will post one of the head judges at the tournament. Of course, he's going to fucking defend because the guy's a fucking idiot. Whether you agree, disagree with the ruling, a Pokemon judge should not have to worry about people coming to workplace over a call they were involved with at a Pokemon tournament. If you think doxing people over judge calls is the right play, go home and rethink your life. Now, I do agree with that. I don't think doxing people's right in any way, shape, or form. But it's like, you shouldn't be defending the judge's decisions. You could defend them being doxed and stuff and say that's wrong, say I completely disagree. Which he kind of was saying that here, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you're one of the head judges of the tournament. If you really disagreed with the ruling, you could overrule the guy. So, Anyway, Post replied, I won't be taking any more questions when he was asked for comment about it. Bobby Clark, another head judge, was also not available for comment. Then his opponent, Alex Shemansky, sorry if I'm butchering your name, I probably am, defended him in a tweet and stuff. And they reached out to Tran for comment, didn't receive response to the tweet today. They did not want this incident to be used to bully and harass the trans community. And they talk about blah blah blah. They kind of finish it up with Pokemon. Their Pokemon Company International is committed to fostering an environment that's inclusive to all participants and stuff. This is just stupid. First off, it was almost criminal to throw the kid out because he didn't have cell phone service, didn't have a way back to his hotel, didn't have all this kind of stuff. It's like, what the hell, dude? I mean, quite frankly, I'm a little surprised that his parents wouldn't be threatening to sue these people or something. No cell phone service, no way to contact anyone, didn't have the key to his hotel room. They just dump him out in the street, basically. It's like if I was that kid's parents, I'd be pretty damn upset. I'd be threatening some legal action or something. You know, it's fucking ridiculous. It's like at least call somebody to come get him or something. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. This is just kind of a bullshit story. It's like what the fuck is wrong with these people? You know, the pronoun people. It's like, why can't you just, you know, you want us to be all about your pronouns and be all about making you feel safe and stuff, but then you try to force other people to go by the way you believe. And you just basically prove yourself to be a hypocrite because it's like you're trying to force other people to live their lives according to your rules, but you're not willing to live your life according to their rules. It's just hypocrisy, and I hate that shit. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. I'll link this in the description box if you want to read it all for yourself, everything. But thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.